explorers. Today we're in one of our favourite sites that we visit annually, the reason being that it's a cane paddock and the crop comes off once a year around June, July. This year was a bit later, it was around October. And this is the site of an old cane cutters social club, widely known as an illegal casino. You may have seen earlier videos I've done on this site where I detail historical information, but basically it was built in the 1890s, burnt down in the early 1920s on one crazy wild party one New Year's Eve. There was an insurance payout to the club and they built a new clubhouse, which existed right up until the early 1970s when it was demolished because it just fell down, and now it's just a cane paddock. Now, best thing about hunting these cane fields is they change every year. This year this is the third ratoon I think on this crop, so this crop hasn't been planted, it just regenerates from the cut cane. So pretty much we're hunting what we did last year. The ground hasn't been cultivated a great deal, but next year this will be all ploughed out and deeply cultivated, and a new cane crop will be planted from plant billet. So next year this will be a real bonanza, because all the old deep stuff that we're missing now this year and the last few years will come to the surface, will be distributed anyway. It's always a really great site. There's a lot of, we've found so many coins in here over the years, silver coins. The bronze coins don't fare so well, the halfpennies and pennies, because of the fertiliser and the high moisture in the soil, because it's a high rainfall area. We actually had 2 inches of rain last night, so that's a lot of rain on this ground. The ground's very wet, but that'll enhance our depths, which is good. I've got the new AT Pro International in here today with that double D coil. I just know it's going to go a lot deeper in this moist conditions. I'll just be listening for those little whispers on the proportional audio, and we'll dig the high tone low whispers, and they'll be deep, good targets. So thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy our little hunt today, and we'll be back shortly with our first relic and or coin. Well, Colleen's picked up the first keeper of the day with the AT Gold. She just said she's dug a watch, a wristwatch, out of the cane row. It's not a wristwatch, pocket watch. Yeah, it's a pocket watch. Hey, that'll be worth cleaning up. It looks like it's gilt. Got gilt parts. That'll be quite old. Well, that's a good one. Just shows you every year, even though this hasn't been heavily cultivated this year, there's always something new that comes out of this field. That's fantastic. What a great find, a gilt pocket watch. Oh, well, there might be more in that hole. Have you checked it? Nothing there? Oh, okay. Righto, we'll move on. Getting a good solid 76 here. Colin's a couple of rows over on that pocket watch dig, which he's looking for any more parts of it. 76 sounds promising. There's no iron grunt on it. It's on the AT Pro, I mean Pro Custom. I don't want to walk past a signal like that in case she's out of the hole. Walk around here. Oh, listen to that. Beautiful. Getting a solid, very solid, steady 70 now on that double D. Let's see what this is going to be. Try a bit of Pro pointer. As you can see, very moist in here today. We've had a lot of rain in the last couple of days. Oh, it's a coin. An old penny. These things don't travel too well in the soil because of all the fertilising that's gone over the years, but I'll gently clean that and we'll see what year's on it. Good one. Well, there's that penny. It's a pretty cactus grade King George V 1912 Australian Commonwealth penny. Like I said, the fertiliser really chops into these bronze coins in here. The silvers aren't too bad, but the bronze cop it pretty badly. Considering that how long that's been in the ground, probably close to 100 years. Good one. You can see that line in the middle of the cane rows there. It's barely visible there, but that's where the rip has been through dropping fertiliser. So that's the only bit of cultivation that's been done on this field this year, because this is the third year that this crop's returned. But right on that slot, it's pulled up something deep. Have a look at the AT Pro International. I'm getting a reasonable mid-60s. A lot of tone roll. Popping up to 70. I think we'll dig this one, because whatever that is, it's coming from down deep when the tractor's been through here. So luckily, if we're lucky, you might have pulled up an old coin or relic from well down in the soil. In case she's out already. still a lot of tone roll. Not a good solid hit like a coin would produce. So we'll have a throw pointer be on one of these clay clumps here. In this one? Okay, here we go. What's this going to be? We'll have a look here together. Okay. It is an unknown artefact. Possibly lead. That was ringing high for lead. It looks like it may be the top of a roofing nail. Nice. Okay, Colleen's hitting a good high solid 77 here on the AT goal, so we're going to do a live dig. It's actually up in that cane row, which is an area we don't sort of get to as the cane gets taller because you can't get in there, so we do miss targets up in there until the whole area is cultivated, and then you got a chance of getting targets that were hidden up in there because they'll be moved. That's a good high tone. What is that? Great big lump. Great big lump or something. Is it lead? Yeah, it's a big piece of metal. That's where you're getting high tone on it. Lead. So we'll clean it up and we'll have a look at it. Okay, moving on from Colleen's lead lump find. Once again up in the side of the cane row there, you can see that's the top of the row. I get a good solid 65 on the AT Pro International here. So indicating 10 centimetres on a coin size object in here somewhere. So we'll have a dig, we'll see what comes out. This moisture makes a big difference to digging here, but it's a fairly wet area anyway. You get a high rainfall here, which is another reason the bronze coins don't last too well in this soil, along with the fertiliser. Washes out. Solid 62. Yeah, that's pretty good. Have a look with the pro pointer. Okay, got another clump here. See what's in here. It wasn't iron, I checked it with the iron check, you didn't hear me do that. What's this one going to be? Another lead roofing nail. Bummer. Well, here's another example of a target coming up deep in the ground from that ripper line there. With this clump here has a very high tone in it. Also, I've got it out of the ground here, and something here looks like to be copper or brass or something. It's an old saddle stud. We may be in this some kind of horse stable area behind the old where the old cane cutters club was, the old casino. Bit of horse tack, good one. Well, I'm getting a good run of high tone targets down this centre ripped cultivated line. So that 70 bumps up to 75. No tone roll. Check the iron. Plain signal, no iron. So we'll dig this one. Definitely, this is stuff that wasn't here last year because it's been cultivated from greater depth. Of course, next year it'll be a real bonanza. Well, I hope it will, because there's a bit of old green glass come out. The whole field will be ploughed right down deep and all turned over and moved. So that'll make a big difference next year. Okay, she's out. So one of these clumps here may be another saddle brass item, like that last one. If there's a collection of that in the area, well, we will know it's been an old stable, because of course horses were used for cane cultivation till well into the 50s really. Okay, so then this piece. Something here, it's a high tone target. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, it's another bit of saddle stud. Definitely a stable area. Nice one. Well, have a look at this hole. This dig took quite a while, but I tell you something, this AT Pro International, we've got 3 inches of cane trash. I've gone in a full 6 inches into the soil. Admittedly, it's very wet. It kept filling up with water. We had 2 inches of rain here last night, that's why it looks like that. I've been over this row earlier in the year with the GTI 2500 with that concentric core, but this double D obviously goes deeper. There's a really sweet 82 from the top. I just pulled a penny out. That is very satisfying. It's a heck of a dig. Took a while. The hole kept flooding. Well, that doesn't look too bad. With a reading like that, it probably is a Kangaroo and not a Commonwealth or a Britannia. Quite thin, but that's a very satisfying dig. In fact, it's nearly in the middle of the row, so these rows, the configuration of these rows haven't changed since last year, so I just missed that one. Good one. I'll give it a bit of cleaning, we'll get a year off it. Well, there's that penny. I'm pretty sure it's a Kangaroo. It's got an old scar on it. Yeah, that wasn't me. It's slightly disfigured. I think it may have been hit by a plough or something at some stage. Usually the Kangaroos ring up about that target ID. It's probably a KG6. Look, I could be wrong. I'll get that home and clean it properly and I'll subtitle any information, but I'm pretty confident. Yeah, no, it's definitely a Kangaroo. Let's guess it's 43. Could be in the 50s though. Anyway, that's a good find. This is the site of the old Cane Cutters Social Club or the casino. This was the front of the building in this area, as near as we can determine. Way off in the distance down there you might see Colleen's down there with her brother. She's hunting the site of a big old Queenslander that dated from the 1890s. It was a massive old house. It was all pretty much gone and demolished by the early 70s, just as this social club was. But I was out the front, Hope Springs Eternal, up and down as we have done for very many years. Looks like there's been a little bit of cultivation going on because I've just got a silver. Have a look at that shining. A beautiful little threepence has just come out of the ground. Probably 2 inches down. I've got a really high tone on that, as you'd expect. That's sterling silver. I'll have a good look at it and I'll get you a date. Looks like it's a sheaf of wheat threepence, is it? Yes. That'll be sterling. What a beauty. Okay, I'll get a date and I'll be back shortly. Well, there it is. I think it's a 1943. I can't make it out. It's slightly tarnished on the side where the 2 last digits are. Well, if it's a 43, it's sterling silver. If it's a 53, it's 50%. Okay. King George VI. Well, there's a good chance it's a 43, so maybe sterling. But I'll subtitle that information on the video. Good one. Well, Hope Springs Eternal, and 1 row from that threepence. I've got a solid 72 here. Pretty compact target. We'll have a dig out and see what it is. Could be a piece of scrap aluminium. We do, since the place was occupied into the early 70s, you do get some modern rubbish like aluminium cans that have been chopped up by the rotary hoe and you know, just scrap aluminium basically. It's going to ring up like that. Okay, it's a 77, 78 now. I've opened that hole up a bit. Just check it with the pro pointer, which I've left at my last dig. Okay. It's in the centre of the hole, so the pinpointing was reasonable. Okay, we have a coin. It looks to be a decimal coin. Check this out. I think it's a 1 cent piece, but it's a coin nevertheless. I'll take that. Good one. I tell you what, this AT Pro International is making a, just opened this ground all up, all over again. I'm not sure how I missed these targets, but I did, and now I'm getting them with this AT Pro. It's got a little nick in it, that 1 cent piece, probably a plough's hit it. Good one. Well, another high tone target, very compact and quite deep. We've got little bits of ceramic coming out with it too, so I'm in the hot spot here. That's another old artefact. Looks to be what, I don't know. I thought it might have been a lamp burner. That looked like a penny, didn't it? But I don't know what that is. I'll clean that out of there and I'll see what that is. Well, the next find's a clock part, which tend to abandon these old places. Looks like a steel axle assembly with some cog mechanism. Well, this one was a high tone 65, and because it was a very loud signal on the proportional audio, I also knew that it was shallow. And I saw a bit of green coin residue in the soil when I dug the hole, and what's just come out is a coin. And it looks pretty crusty and very, very thin. This thing is cooked. I think it may be a halfpenny, but look how thin that thing is. That is crazy. I don't hold much hope of getting any information off that, but I'll give it a clean and we'll see if we can find out what that actually is. I'd say it's a halfpenny, but she hasn't travelled too well. Back shortly. Well, there's that last coin. It definitely is a halfpenny, but it is so thin and worn I can't see any surface detail whatsoever. I'd say that was a very old worn coin when it was dropped. There may be some trace of detail there, but I'll clean it when I get home. I would say that's either going to be an old Commonwealth penny or perhaps an English Britannia halfpenny rather. Something from the late 1800s, early 1900s. But anyway, there's still coins in here. I've got two good targets here, and this sort of demonstrates the good target separation you get on this double D coil on the AT. Okay, I've got a pretty consistent 58 to 60 there. And adjacent, got a lovely high 70s, or low 70s rather. Oh, it jumped up to 75, that could be a coin. But there's something else there too. And we're on the way back to the Land Rover, so good finds are always close to the car. We'll dig this one up and see what it is. Well, this is the target that was on the right, that was up in the 60s. Just scraped it out, and it's a brass screw, so that explains the high tone reading. Okay, well the next target adjacent in the mid to low 70s, we'll dig that one now and see what that is. Well, here's the two holes. That gives you an idea of the target separation. That was the target in the 60s, that was the one in the 70s. I really was confident this was going to be a good find. I assumed it was going to be a penny, but have a look at what it is. Did not expect to find this here. It is part of an Australia shoulder flash. An Australian Army shoulder flash. No worries. Well, that's not surprising because all these people here, cane cutters and farmers, served during the war, so they all came back from the war, and I guess they brought their uniforms with them. Well, that's the first bit of Army memorabilia I've found in this paddock. Good one. Oh, it's getting a bit windy. I hope the audio's not being affected. This is the hole where I just got the brass screw in the Australia. I just swung across to the left, one swing of the detector in here. Got a lovely 77. Dug out the clump, so we'll have a look at this one together. It's in this clump here, I think. Just check that. Okay, it's in that clump. See this old bit of green beer bottle or something's come out with it. So it's in here. This could be a good recovery because it's a very high tone and very consistent. Okay, it's not on that side. Okay, it's in this one. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, narrow it down to this lump, maybe, but definitely a high tone. So now what's this? No. Well, it's in this clump somewhere. Well, the clump's getting awfully small. Hey, look at this. I wonder if we can see silver there. Look at that. You can see the edge of something. Maybe a corner, maybe talking this up a bit much, but that could be a little threepence. Well, that's the target. Oh yes, little silver. Little silver. Look at that. Beautiful. Coin impression. I won't rub it too much yet. I'll just give it a quick clean and see whether that's a sheaf of wheat. Yes, it's a sheaf of wheat. I can see it is. Look, most of these are 925 silver coming out of here. They're all pre-1946. I'll give that a quick clean and get a definitive date. Well, it's World War II. It matches that Australia flash, which was about 3 feet from it. 1942, sterling silver, Australian threepence, King George VI. I can't see any mint marks on that, but I'll subtitle it whether it's a Melbourne, San Francisco or Denver. No worries. Well, that's encouraging. Well, thanks for watching our little outing there today. As you can see, we've got a large area to cover here, but because sugarcane grows so quickly, time is of the essence. So the next few weeks we've got to come in here regularly, rain, hail or shine, and there'll probably be a lot of rain, and hit these rows before the cane gets too high and you can't get in here. But it's always a great place to hunt, and we've got exclusive permission to come in here from the landholder. So there's this area here just immediately in front of the camera, which is the old casino area, and right down on the creek line, that's where those trees are. There's a big creek there. Was an old Queenslander. We didn't go down there today. Well, I didn't. Colleen was down there. But we had some nice finds there. Colleen's little gilt pocket watch, and there's a few coins and a little silver, so we had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting, everyone. Bye for now.